You're listening to Old Head Mindset Podcast with Malik and Ricky Tillman. Today we're going to be doing a reaction video, breaking down, what's his name?
His name's Bernard, and the video's title is called An Old Man's Advice. It's a very famous YouTube video of just an old guy who thought he would give his thoughts on life, and it blew up to 20 million views. And he had another video that blew up to 16 million views. So we think it's relevant to what we talk about, and we want to hear what he has to say. So I'll hit the video.
When I was young, as you know, I had a difficult childhood, but there's no excuse for people not being able to do what they want to do. You can do anything that you want to do. For example, as I've told you before, I lived in the back of an old car. I taught myself to read and write. So if you're young, don't give up. Don't say the world is just against me. That's not true. I taught myself to read and write. I've had 5 books published. I went to college, got a little bit of college. I've studied scripture for many, many years. I've raised 5 children. I've buried a mother, father, sister, brother, wife, and daughter. So a person can accomplish anything that they want. One time, to prove to myself that I was not an ignorant person, I bought a blackboard. And I purchased a correspondence course for computer programming, and I completed it with the blackboard. So, forge ahead. Don't stop. Never stop learning. Always reach out to better yourself, because when you do that, things expand. You understand more. You're happier. You're healthier. This old saying that if you don't use it, you lose it, is absolutely true. If you don't use that brain that God put in your head, one of these days you'll be sitting on a front porch somewhere and you won't hardly know what's going on. So don't give up. If times are hard, good things nor bad things last forever. But most generally, we are in control of our own destiny. And when I say that, I mean this. If you're not getting ahead, you need to do something to allow yourself to get ahead. For an example, excuse me. For an example, if you want a good job, if you want a secure future, you have to have something to offer a prospective employer. Now, I'm not saying you need a PhD.
I like his philosophy on learning, and always, if you don't use it, you lose it. It reminded me of what you said at the nursing home. For those who don't know, Dad here worked at nursing home doing maintenance for a few years, and you told me stories about like some of the old folks. Like there was a big elderly woman, and she learned how to ride a bike at 80, a motorcycle at, was it 80 or something around that?
80.
Yeah, and that's it's quite amazing. And people put a lot of limiting beliefs on what they can do, even young, like especially young people. Which I think is the point of his video, is that if I'm still doing things, as an old man learning to program, then, what excuse do you have?
Yeah, that was a powerful moment for me to hear that her husband was telling me this. And I took a step back and said, wow, what kind of mindset does she have that at the age of 80, she had the courage and the willingness to get on a motorbike, which she's never ridden in her life, and at 80 years old, trust that she was going to be able to handle this bike and ride it in a safe manner. But to get off the couch and do that is some superhuman mental ability that you don't see every day. But the fact of the matter is, every human being has these abilities to do whatever they set their mind to do. It's just most of us don't realize that. And so when you get halfway there like I am, and realizing that whatever I set my mind to do, I can do. So that was a moment to say, let's take it to a whole nother level. This is not a joke. It's real. If you can set your mind to do something, it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what you feel that's in the way, you can overcome it. So that's what that's signaled to me. So, and it was like a wow moment.
Or a master's degree, but you do have to have something to offer. There's going to be a time in this country that people that know how to work with their hands, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, cement layers, machine operators, mechanics, people that know how to work with their hands are going to be in great demand. Yes, it's true. You have to have education and training to be an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer. But I'll tell you the truth. I spent 60 years working. I was successful. I've started a couple of businesses. I'm not a wealthy man, but I'm a guy that came from living in the back of an old car to having a nice retirement and to be able to talk to you on this thing. So I'm going to close, but I just wanted to share that with you this morning. Young people, I love you. I do. I love young people. My grandmother always said, when a baby smiles, the angels sing. And that's true. I believe. But young people, you're the backbone of this country. You're the backbone of the world. I don't care if you're in Asia, Africa, Korea, Japan. I don't care where you are, the United States. You are the leaders, the future leaders of this world. So reach out. Be yourselves. Don't be afraid to go after what you need. So I love you. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, what he said was very, very smart, because he said provide value, but I think young people have a very linear view on what value is. And there's a traditional model of, say, go to school, graduate, go to university, spend a bunch of years studying, get an internship, and your degree is your value. But that's, to anyone who's ran a business even a little bit, it isn't the degree that is attractive to employees, it's the skill. It's like, is it the people skills? Is it the knowledge? So the correct way to view it is provide value. And why that's better than, young people having a one-track mind about getting a degree is that the definition of value changes over time. And you have like Elon Musk and so on saying that he doesn't hire so much on the basis of degree anymore. It's about what skills you have. And especially as times are changing and artificial intelligence and stuff is popping up, a lot of these jobs, desk work and so on, is just going to become obsolete. And jobs such as, you can't get a machine to do plumbing, you can't get a machine to do tiling, you can't get a machine to do maintenance work. So, like he said very correctly, like, find what is valuable, and working with your hands is something that's going to be, in high demand. But it isn't just working with your hands, it's being smart about what does my employer really want? something I had to think about when I did marketing is that a lot of employers are, say, 40, 50s, and they're not hip to the trends of, say, social media or like the new and rapid, fast-paced change of, the way marketing is done. So I always find what is in need. So I thought that was very smart of him too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you will find your value, or you find the providing value comes easier when you continue to learn. So if you want to provide value, continue to learn. And then when you get in the workplace, you continue to grow. And you also, like I told you in the past, you always do more. Be a person that does more than what they pay you for.
Yeah.
If you're someone that has an attitude, you get in the job, you say, well, I'm only going to do what you pay me for. Wrong answer. You're not providing value. You think you're providing your work to that person, and you think you're getting paid for the hours that you work, but you're actually getting paid for the value that you provide. So if you're a person who are creating more value, you'll find your way moving up the ranks a lot easier or better. And my job, you mentioned my job previously, I worked in a job. And so the more they asked of me, the more I provided. Where I watched people around me say no, I don't want to do that. That's not what you hired me for. That's not what you paid me for. But my mentality was, each time that you asked me to do something outside my job scope, gave me an opportunity to put the screws in tighter. So when I ask for something, you can't say no. Because I've created that value. This person's no longer here. Who are we going to use to replace him? That's a value. That's how you add value. You continue to learn, grow, and provide more than what they pay you for.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching today. If you like what you're listening to and you like this father and son team, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and continue to follow us on Old Head Mindset Podcast.